He woke up believing he was the other man, and not the billionaire husband she had loved and lost. Every day he demanded hugs from her, not knowing she was the wife whose heart he had shattered and whose life was now in danger because of the secrets buried in his broken memory. What happens when love becomes the only clue left in a labyrinth of lies, betrayal, and a truth darker than anyone imagined? For more heart-gripping dramas, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. In the glittering city of Aurealis, where glass towers kissed the clouds and secrets hid behind every polished smile, billionaire Aiden Thorne was known as a man carved from ice, emotionless, untouchable, and far too powerful to be crossed. But everything changed the night his car veered off the storm-soaked cliff, crashing into the shadows of a forest that swallowed sound and memory alike, leaving the world to believe he had died. Except he didn't. He woke up in a remote hospital 3 days later with a fractured skull, a missing chunk of his past, and a strange delusion that would flip his life, and hers, into chaos. Emilia Thorne, his wife, once adored as a ray of softness in his brutal empire, had spent 2 agonizing years loving a man who never once looked at her with warmth. She had married him out of a twisted contract forced by family debts, and while she had hoped for gentleness, Aiden had drowned himself in work, staying cold as iron and refusing even simple touches, leaving her heart bruised but loyal, until the day he vanished. When the police informed her of his death, the world expected her relief, but instead she collapsed because grief was strange. It clung to the soul even when the person lost never loved you back. But her world shattered again when she was summoned urgently to a government-secured private hospital. Aiden was alive, but not the same man who left her in emotional winter. When Aiden saw Emilia, he stared not with the sharp disdain she had grown used to, but with confused fascination, whispering, "Are you the woman I've been seeing in my dreams? The one he said I shouldn't touch?" Emilia froze. He shouldn't have recognized her at all, but he gently took her hand like it was something precious and added, I think I'm the man your husband hates. I think I'm his mistress." The doctors explained that Aiden's amnesia had triggered a unique identity split. He remembered details of his life, but none assigned to himself. Instead, he believed he was the mysterious lover he thought Emilia had been secretly meeting behind her husband's back. The absurdity would have made Emilia laugh if her eyes weren't already burning with the heartbreak of everything she had hoped he'd one day feel. And then came the strangest part. Aiden began demanding daily hugs, convinced the mistress and Emilia shared a connection too deep to ignore, hugging her like she was a sanctuary he was forbidden to enter. Emilia didn't know how to handle a husband who didn't know he was a husband, a man who suddenly craved everything he once rejected, whose fingertips trembled each time she touched her, as if she were keeping him alive. But the deeper mystery came when Aiden started whispering strange phrases in his sleep. "Don't trust the glass. He isn't gone. The fire was meant for you, and I failed to protect her." As Emilia tried to piece together his fractured memories, she discovered a secret folder hidden in his encrypted tablet containing surveillance photos of her, taken from rooftops, parking lots, and windows, angles no husband should need to watch his own wife from. Terrified, she confronted the only person Aiden trusted besides her, Liam Ward, Aiden's childhood friend and COO of Thorne Enterprises, the man who had always looked at Emilia a little too steadily, a little too carefully. Liam claimed the surveillance was for her safety, saying she had been receiving anonymous threats, but something in his expression didn't feel like truth, and Emilia's instincts screamed danger, even before Aiden suddenly clung to her that night, shaking as if someone were chasing him in his dreams. The next morning, he told her tremblingly that he remembered fire, her screaming in a burning room, his arms breaking through flames, and someone else pulling him back from saving her. But Emilia had no memory like that. It never happened, or so she thought. When she visited Dr. Kale, Aiden's neurologist, she learned the hospital had found a secondary injury beneath Aiden's skull, one not from the car crash, but consistent with a blunt force attack. Someone had struck him before he drove off that cliff. someone close, someone who knew his routines. As Emilia spiraled through documents and hidden emails she wasn't meant to find, she stumbled upon a confidential report Aiden had written only days before the accident, one revealing he had found evidence of a mole in his company, and the last entry stated simply, "It's Liam, and he wants Emilia." Trembling, Emilia went to confront Liam, only to find herself cornered in Aiden's office as Liam locked the door, confessing everything in a chilling whisper. How he had loved her from the moment he met her, how Aiden treated her carelessly, how he had planned to stage an accident that would leave Aiden too injured to run the company, giving Liam the power he'd always craved, and Emilia the freedom Liam believed Aiden didn't deserve. But something went wrong. Aiden didn't die. Then Liam made the final reveal. He had set the fire Aiden remembered, intending to kill Emilia to make Aiden crumble. But Aiden saved her and erased the memory to protect her from trauma, burying it deep, his first act of true love that neither had ever known. When Liam raised the gun at Emilia, Aiden stormed in like a beast awakened by destiny, the sound of the struggle echoing through the glass floors. Though still fragmented, his instincts roared to life. In a rush of chaotic memory flashes, he remembered who he truly was, the husband who once kept his heart locked, the man who denied affection because he feared loving someone made him weak, the man who watched Emilia silently for years because he adored her too much to taint her with his darkness. His daily hugs now made sense. They were the love he had buried fighting its way out. Aiden fought Liam with a ferocity Emilia had never seen, but Liam struck him brutally, and as Emilia screamed, Liam turned the gun on Aiden. In a heroic, desperate moment, Aiden shielded her with his own body, whispering, "I remember now. You're mine. I've always wanted your hug, just didn't know how to ask." Police burst in after Dr. Kale triggered security, and Liam was arrested with manic fury in his eyes. Aiden, bleeding but alive, looked at Emilia like she was the only truth left in a collapsing world. Over the following weeks, his memory returned peace and painful peace, but the coldness never came back. Instead, he clung to her every morning, demanding the hugs that had become his anchor. Emilia learned that the man she had married wasn't heartless, just terrified of losing her. And when he finally broke, his heart rebuilt itself around her. The world now saw a powerful empire rise again, but privately, in the soft golden light of dawn, the once untouchable billionaire wrapped his arms around his wife, whispering like a promise, "Even if I lose myself again, I'll always find my way back to your hug." And Emilia finally felt loved, not by the billionaire the world feared, but by the man destiny returned to her through amnesia, fire, betrayal, and a miracle that revealed the truth. Sometimes memory breaks so the heart can finally speak.